When I chase after what I want, my life becomes a furnace of stress and anxiety. But when I sit in my place of patience, what I want flows to me, effortlessly without pain. Now that wisdom comes from Rumi, doesn't come from me. But it's really so much more relevant today than ever before. It could be hard for some of you to get your head around this, but if you hear me out to the end of this video, I'm sure it's going to become much clearer to you. We live in a world that glorifies hustle. Push harder, try more, do better, you can do better. But you see, the real secret to real success, it's not in the chase. I used to think it was. It's in the alignment. Most people, including myself, I used to run my life on autopilot. I used to follow invisible scripts that I really, in a way, never even chose. They were sort of ideas between brackets of success, of worth, of who I was supposed to be. I hustled, but I didn't hustle from desire. I hustled from my programming. And there's more. You feel it. You feel that your best is really yet to come. Everything happens with more ease. You want things to be in the flow. More of you finally being fully alive. You don't need to earn your worth. You are already worthy. The real question is, are your goals, the ones that you have today, worthy of you? Ask yourself that question. Now, play a fun game. I really like playing this game. And I look forward to doing it as soon as I wake up. Before you get out of bed tomorrow, ask yourself, in that sort of semi-state of still being asleep, what if today unfolds easily? What if everything that I need finds me? What if today feels magical? Now, you see, this isn't wishful thinking. This is the beginning of bending reality in your favor, quantum physics. Because when you change your internal world, your external world starts to respond to you. You start to notice it. Neuroscience proves that our brain doesn't distinguish between a lived experience and a vividly imagined one. They've done tests, so many tests. Believe me, it's true. When you feel your success is already done, your brain, your body, and your energy rewire automatically to make it feel and seem real to you. And that's the alignment that you're sending out. And then the chase ends. You have bent time. It has happened. The seed has been planted in the sort of the soil of the universe. And that seed starts to grow its roots before it visibly sprouts above the ground. Synchronicities begin. Opportunities appear. Suddenly the right people show up in your life. And it's not because you forced it, but simply because previously you aligned your energy. You see, we're all connected to the universe. We're not separate. What you desire is already seeking you. And I know you've heard that before, but you really have to believe it. So today, I don't want you to hustle harder. I just want you to take some time off, chill, and sit in your place of patience, like Rumi says. Let that life come to you. Let it sort of flow to you like a river. You're sitting on the riverbank and the water comes by. You're not doing anything about it, okay? You're not meant to struggle for your dreams. What you are meant to do is you're meant to remember that you are a co-creator of those dreams. If this message resonates with you, subscribe, share, and remember that you are not here to chase. You are here to receive. Hands open, arms open, universe, give me all that you have for me. You see, a vision for your life pulls you. You do not need to be pushed to get there now. And interestingly enough, that toolkit takes on bold goals. And it starts with having small goals. Small ones develop into big, bold goals. And when you know that, that's when you get to think big. So little girl goals, they do lay the foundation. And so many people, they forget that these small goals, they forget their own small goals. So write them down. Think about them. What are the little things that you want in life? Like, maybe it's always to love or to be loved, or maybe it's to always feel great, to feel connected to source. Maybe it's to always appreciate your body instead of taking it for granted. Now, you can start on these things immediately, right away. Most of your experienced reality was, like I said before, never chosen by you. When I realized that, whoa, I turned my life on a dime. And the way you define success, happiness, and learning, relationships, and even the limits of what you think you can achieve, they are programmed into you by society, by your upbringing, by your parents, by your teachers. People and cultures around us widely believe that working hard equals success. It doesn't. Why do we think that we need a college degree to be successful? You see, these are just rules that we've accepted without questioning. I'm not saying that a college degree won't help, but it's not necessary to succeed. They sacrificed their happiness to society's expectations because those people believed what they've been told. That's just how life is. They didn't question it. And now here's the scary part. Most people never even realize this. And when people recognize these limitations, they try to break free using what I call the wrong tools. They hustle harder. And they hustle harder because they think that they will change things by repeating the affirmations or repeating the prayers. But they never rewire their beliefs, or they never even remove them. EFT. Being the co-creator of your life isn't just about working harder. It's about upgrading your level of consciousness, your consciousness, who you are, being aware of yourself, seeing yourself from the outside. Change the way that you see the world. Use systems to reshape that world to whatever your heart's desires are. Now, this is going to be exciting for some, but it might be very uncomfortable for others. But one thing is certain, and I guarantee you this, you will be growing and you will be transforming from your inside out. And you will not be the same person who started. This is an exciting journey. And the truth is, the way you see the world you live in, is bendable. You can really bend reality in your favor. Time doesn't have to be linear. You can completely rewire your mind for the life that you want, because when we think of something, imagine it, it's already happened. So you can enter that altered state of awareness, consciousness, and you can unlock deep intuition which you have, let it flow, let that creativity flow. Because the world's most successful people, they use the upgrade differently, and they know how to install their mindset. Now, they're also human beings just like you and me. Some have it easier than others, some get it quicker than others, but it's gettable by everyone. And I'm looking at my life which has changed, and I really feel a sense of joy in my life now. It gives me a lot of power. I tell you what, get a bigger vision for yourself. It's not arrogance. It's what you're entitled to. Get a bigger vision for your future. You want to think bigger. This is really profound advice. I realized at one point that I was playing too small. And I had been playing too small and doing the same thing over and over and over again by playing small. I was making one mistake after the other by playing small, but I didn't even realize it. It's scary. You see, the $1 million question is not, like I said before, are you worthy enough to reach your goals? The $1 million question is, are your goals worthy enough of you? Because you're entitled to everything. So are your goals what you want? You, not what society tells you. I started to realize that the biggest factor wasn't intelligence, wasn't even in my background, even my efforts, my hustle. It was something so much deeper, something that was hidden. It was that determined way, the very way that I see and I interact with the world. But I wasn't conscious of it. I had to grow into that. And your success, your happiness, and even the limits of what you think is possible, they are not set in stone. And what is reality itself, what you think is reality, is something that you can poke and that you can stretch and that you can bend. You can. Your reality, you create it. For centuries, people have talked about the power of thoughts, the law of attraction, the secret, and the idea that your mind shapes your reality. It does. Some people call it manifesting, others call it luck. But what if there was a system behind this idea to systematically, a method, systematically upgrade the way you think, the way you act, because what we think produces the way we act, and that creates results. Because the truth is, success, it's not, like I said, about working longer hours or hustling or being born with an advantage, a silver spoon in your mouth. No, it's about your internal representation in your mind. The deep-seated beliefs, the subconscious mental models, the invisible paradigm stories that shape how you see the world. And when you learn how to shift these, you don't just think differently. You begin sending out creative frequencies, vibrations, different signals to the universe itself. Everything is connected. Your thoughts are connected to the universe. There's a reason why some people seem to attract success effortlessly, while others struggle for years. Some never get it. Because while some people seem to meet the right people at the right time, others feel like they're stuck in toxic relationships. Some people seem to manifest amazing breakthroughs like King Midas. Whatever he touched went to gold and an impact, while other people, they live in frustration, constant frustration. And I assure you that this is not wishful thinking or feel-good emotions. This is down to how you understand your mind, how you feel your emotions, and your frequency construct your reality. The world that we live in was created by people no smarter than you and me. You probably heard of concepts like the law of attraction, manifesting, that all thoughts create reality. Now, here's the issue. Most people don't have a system for making this work. They're repeating, like I said before, affirmations. They visualize, but they never go really deep. You need to align energetically and completely. And you need to reconstruct your reality from the inside out, from your imagination. Tens of thousands and more of people, including some of the world's top performers, have used these very specific systems to start bending reality in their favor. It's really not about doing more. It's about becoming more. And the truth is, not everyone is at the same level of awareness or of consciousness. And different levels of consciousness, of awareness, therefore require different tools. Some people are still completely trapped in the illusion of the external world. And others, they're beginning to wake up, but they're still sleepy. They're still playing by, outdated rules. And then some people, they've learned how to bend reality. To bend reality by operating at a whole different frequency. Do you believe that your circumstances, whatever you're living, is out of your control? Do you blame your past, your upbringing, and your society or the economy? I don't care what. Do you blame your bad luck? Do you struggle with self-doubt, with maybe lack of confidence, self-confidence? Or maybe are you scared of changing? Look, if you're still watching me, and I've been talking for a while, you are most likely already moving in the right direction. An incredible spiritual teacher called Esther Hicks, she spoke about a game. Before you get out of bed, like I said, you relax and you play that little game. That's where I learned it from. What if everything is magical today? Rehearse your day. That's about to follow. And just play the what if game. What if you win the lottery today? Possible. What if your boss gives you an unexpected bonus? Possible. What if you don't have a boss and you get a boss today? Possible. What if your children come home with a great report card? Do you get the idea? Do you get what I mean? What if? And in your mind, everything is possible. Everything is possible in your mind. So enjoy imagining it. Enjoy seeing the life you want. It might sound simple, but it's powerful. It warms up your mind's creative faculty, like sort of stretching before a workout. It stretches you. And it's one of the most foundational practices in my whole approach. Start playing and practicing, no matter how skeptical you are. Even if you don't believe in manifesting, chances are that you will start to notice things in your life getting better. And what tends to happen is interesting. People who are pessimists, people who don't believe in these ideas, and they play the what if game, they start to understand that you can shift reality ever so slightly, and it makes them emerge. Now, of course, at this stage, what's happened? You've realized that you have power. You've realized that your what if game has stretched the limits and things have happened. That's powerful. And you know that you can now set goals and you can make them happen. You probably believe, like I said before, that success comes from effort, from discipline, from pushing hard. You hustle, you grind, you sacrifice to get results. And this works for a while. Sometimes you do get results, but it normally goes by the wayside. Because the problem is you're constantly chasing, you're constantly striving, you're always wanting to have. Success starts to feel like a never-ending, exhausting, uphill journey. Hello? That is because you are still using your logical mind, your left brain, to create success. You see, the logical mind is limited. It calculates, it controls, it strategizes, but it does not allow you to flow in synchronicity or in this wonderful, effortless success, which things come to you. You forgot, or are you unaware that you have a spiritual core? In the words of C.S. Lewis, you do not have a soul. You are a soul. What you do have, though, is a body. So creative visualization sciences, they confirm today what the greatest minds have always known, that your brain cannot distinguish between the imagined experience and a real experience. Athletes visualize their moves before they execute them, especially the high elite athletes and the Olympic ones. Success is seen and it's felt before it happens. And this is not wishful thinking. This is pure neuroscience. So try this. Close your eyes and picture any aspect of a dream or of a wish that you have. Don't just see it. Don't just state it, feel it. What emotions are coming up for you now? Is it confidence, or is it maybe excitement, or maybe a sense of freedom? Imagine yourself already living that reality and hold on to that feeling now for at least 60 seconds. Why? Because your brain needs that time to rewire itself based on the repetition. The more you visualize, the more your actions and your reality really start shifting. When you want something, that desire originates in the soul of the universe, and we are the soul. And therefore, all the universe, the entire universe, conspires in helping you to achieve it. It's not woo-woo, it's true. Your goals are not coming from outside forces. They're coming from the soul of the universe itself, and we are a soul. That soul resides inside of us all. That's why they say everything's connected. And at this level, you trust life. You trust the life that you experience, that you start to notice synchronicities and coincidences, call them what you want. You feel guided by your inner intelligence, your intuition. Successful people, they don't force their way to success. They follow their intuition. And the right opportunities come to them. Your solution tunes in to that intuition and to the altered states. Have you ever had a gut feeling about something and later found out that you were right? Have you ever thought of someone right before they phoned you? Sort of exciting, isn't it? Have you ever felt it but you couldn't explain it? Most people just tend to ignore this and call it a coincidence. And your inner voice, you're going to say, I don't have an inner voice, but we all have an inner voice. You start to dismiss it. When you start living from this place, life starts unfolding effortlessly. I'd love to hear your comments, and I'd love for you to share your progress. Bye-bye. And if you like this, follow me for more. Bye.